You see this? Yeah, I got another computer. I'm not going to replace the A400Y with this. It's too old. I got this because it was free, honestly. That's about the only reason I have it so far. But I'd like to talk about it, the changes I've made, and what I got when it was original. Now, this is what it has in it right now. It has a CD-ROM. This was replaced. I have the other one there. It had the Gateway original CD-ROM in there, but it was having some major problems. It was having some focus lock issues. It would read the disc. It would read the disc at times, and then it would stop. It would sometimes only do it all. It was just a little too finicky. I wasn't in the mood to clean it. I had some spare ones that I had a white one that matched, so I went ahead and put it in there. I did not care. And it has a CD rewriter in there, which clearly isn't original. I can simply tell from the color, the fact that I doubt a computer from 2000 would ship with this. If it did, Gateway would have chosen a more fitting optical drive, so that's clearly not original. Okay, now let's talk about some of the internal hardware. It had a 20 gigabyte hard drive, but that was pulled by the old owners. I kind of agree with them, kind of disagree with them, but whatever, their call. It had Windows Millennium. The hard drive it had a Windows Millennium Edition. I put that back on here because I want to see how bad it is. But just to recap on the hardware, 1.3 gigahertz Pentium 4, 256 megs of RAM, a 40 gigabyte hard drive, should be a 20 from the factory. It had a 56K modem, which is pulled. And yeah, it has a Sound Blaster card on the back. Kind of interesting. It has a floppy drive. So, let's take a look at some of the old hardware. Now, just to recap, what I've done is I took the modem out. Why did I do this? No one uses modems anymore, and I can use the 12 volts extra by removing it. If you want to look that up, you feel free. Now, I also took one of the original audio cables out. There was two in this computer. The CD rewriter didn't even have an audio in, so when I went to redo the drives and replace it, I just took everything out. I've replaced these cables. I didn't even put this back in. Nice spare. I also have the hard drive jacket, as I've said before. There's the original drive, 20 gigabytes. It's a Seagate U Series 5, which I'm glad they pulled it, honestly. I'm kind of glad. Because this is a 12-year-old computer. The drive probably had so high hours on there it was going to fail anyway. And it had Windows Millennium Edition on there with the Gateway Bloatware Edition, as I like to refer to it. I also have the original Gateway optical drive. Once again, look that part number up if you please. But this optical drive was having some focus lock issues. It would have the lock and we'll lose it. It would keep it and we'll lose it. Sometimes we wouldn't have it at all. Okay, so now that's out of the way, let's take a look at the internal hardware. Now, I've also made some changes to the inside of the case. Like I've cleaned up the wiring and everything. I'm not going to touch anything inside. But there you go. This is the video card. This is the sound card. That's the Ethernet card, which the Ethernet card is not original. How can I tell this? Well, this driver was not in Windows Millennium Edition, so it was clearly an add-on card later on when modems were getting phased out and they had to get on the internet at the time. So clearly this was a later edition. I own the drivers for it, and I'm going to have to replace it when I do. But I'm going to leave this one in there for now. See if I can find the drivers for it. So I do know what kind that is. I got a couple of those. And the modem went here, if I remember correctly. Yeah, the modem was down there, and that's pulled, and I put another PCI blank there, so it doesn't have any thermal heat issues. Now, the hard drive is over here in this computer. This is the 40 gigabyte, not 20 gigabyte like it shipped within the factory. As I've said, it was pulled. I didn't get the drive. I had to fit something in there. I just fit a 40 gig in there because that's all I had. Now, this is the CD-ROM drive. This is not the original drive. As I've said, I switched it out because I was having some problems with it. But I did put a white one in. there's your CD rewriter. Clearly not original. It doesn't have a gateway part number on there. If it was original, it would have had a gateway part number on it. I didn't see one, so this was also an upgrade. So, along with the memory being upgraded from 128 to 256, I got a CD rewriter. So there's 2 upgrades to it. The CPU was still not upgraded. That's the stock option of this computer. And it's a GeForce 2MX card as far as I'm concerned. I've gotta look this up online or something, and I'll run through the device manager. But yeah, that's just a quick tour of the machine itself. There's also the back of it. The side, it's my Mistake Edition key. And the front, as you've seen before. So yeah, it's on my newest computers. I really don't think I'm going to keep Millennium Edition. I think I'm just going to replace it with 2000 Professional. Because I know where to get keys for that. And I'm going to just put that on here. Because this had a Pentium 4 sticker and designed for Windows. It says it takes designed for Windows 2000 Professional. So that's what I'm going to put on here when I'm ready. So yeah, watch out for that. I'm going to do it. So yeah. Looks like a nice system. It kind of is a nice system. And the case is easily reused. I'm just going to throw out the Torx screws they use. Because when I got this off, they used Torx screws on the freaking case to keep you, the end user, from taking it off. So I say those screws will not be going back on this computer. So that's also another thing I've done to it. What I did is I pulled the modem, I replaced the factory CD drive. The hard drive isn't gone. I didn't get it with a hard drive. And I took those Torx screws out with no intention to put them back. I'm going to be fitting Phillips screws in their place, so that way I can at least take the case apart a lot easier. I'll do a tour of Windows Mistake Edition another day, but that's just a tour of my new computer. Also, this was also a yard sale day fun. I also got something else. I'm going to do another video on that because, frankly, I wanted the computer first to get it out of the way. Because I forget to do this, then I do the other thing by mistake or something. So it made sense to do the thing that was different, the more different thing first, than to do the iPod dock first, which I'll talk about that in another video because I know about the details on that.